What's going on, y'all? I hope you're having a great day, morning, great evening. It's your boy Playmaker Away with the playbook, and y'all read the title, man. Trading psychology and the 5 rules to follow. Now, this is your first time on the channel. Welcome. I appreciate you giving this video a chance. Make sure to hit that bell and sub button because we don't just post weekly content like this, but we post weekly trade breakdowns, we post weekly crypto and altcoin analysis, weekly stock analysis, and most importantly, we live stream and live trade every day, London session 3 on EST on this very same channel. So we're not your typical trading channel or your typical investment channel. We show you how to make money on the front end as well as on the back end, meaning how to make passive as well as active income when it comes to investing and when it comes onto these charts. Speaking of active income, I want to give a special shout out to the members and students. We went absolutely crazy this quarter, but let's zoom back down to the present. This is how we ended quarter one. We went 44 and 5, giving us a 90% win rate. January we went 17 and 3, catching 7,463 pips. February we went 14 and 1, catching 1,152 pips. Then March we went 13 and 1, catching 146,592 pips. Yes, you heard that correctly, giving us another 90% win rate, catching a total of 155,207 pips. Again, you go to April 2nd, free signal, free Telegram, first link in description. You click right here. It's going to take you to the beginning of the year. As you can see, January 1st is 2024, where you can see how we ended December last year, 12 and 2. And then we scroll down here, you can see how we ended quarter 4 last year. Then you also see how we ended 2024 as a whole, 89% win rate, 181 wins, 23 losses. All wins and losses are posted. We go live every single day, as you can see. We post signals, all that good stuff, y'all. So make sure to check that out. So let's go ahead and dive straight into this video. Again, first link in the description to check all that stuff out. So rule number one is you have to understand, that you do not control the markets. We always hear about manipulation, bears, bulls, all this stuff, right? Lions, tigers, bears, oh my. If all this stuff is true, or you think it's true, then that proves this point even more, that you do not control the markets. So since you do not control the markets, that brings us into rule number two. Understand what you do control. One thing I always tell members and students is we do not control the markets. There's only 3 things that we control. We control when we enter a trade, we control when we exit a trade, and most importantly, we control what we risk per trade. So let's double down on rule number one. Since we do not control the markets, that's the more reason to follow the flow of price instead of chase price, because when you chase price, that's how you get caught in these fake outs and liquidity sweeps more often than when you follow the flow of price. And also, we follow the flow of price, you're able to catch these big moves to the upside or big moves to the downside. You get what I'm saying? And again, if you don't understand how to exactly follow the flow of price, I got y'all. The official playbook is available. It's going to be linked in the comments. Now, if you DM me on Instagram or TikTok or comment Playmaker under my post, I'll give you a special discount, but it goes over the price action technical analysis, works on stocks, forex, options, and crypto. Again, you check out any of my recent posts on TikTok or Instagram, you can see sneak peeks, or if you check out the live streams, you can see sneak peeks of me breaking down what goes on in the book. But it goes over the rules of the uptrend, rules of the downtrend, goes over the rules of reversals, what needs to happen for the trend to continue, retracements. I give pop quizzes, real chart picture examples in there, all types of stuff. So again, make sure to check all that stuff out. But you have to understand how price works, y'all. If you're going to be trading, you have to understand how price works. You can't avoid this. It's going to bite you in the ass before you know it, speaking from experience. Okay. Then this brings us into rule number 3. Now, when we look at rule number 3, that is to risk no more than 5% of your account per trade, and to be willing to risk and accept that. I cannot tell you how many times I have members or students that be risking certain amounts where they be like, oh, if I put this micro or I put this lot size, I can make X amount of dollars. Yeah, that is true, but you could also lose X amount of dollars by doing that as well. You have to understand both of those. But the reason why I say never go over 5%, if you risk 5% of your account per trade, you literally have to lose 20 trades in a row to blow your account, right? If you risk 2% of your account per trade, you literally have to lose 50 trades in a row to blow your account. And then of course, if you risk 1% of your account per trade, you literally have to lose 100 trades in a row to blow your account. And nobody here, especially your experienced traders, should be scared of losing 100 trades in a row, let alone 50, and hopefully not 25. But if you are, then I recommend practicing on a demo account or joining the playbook and becoming a playmaker. All right. I also got tons of free content on YouTube. Again, I got a whole playlist going over 90 plus trade breakdowns. Got a whole nother playlist in this day trading tips playlist as well. I mean, a whole lot of videos in this day trading tips playlist as well. But it's so important to make sure you're risking no more than 5% of your account per trade. Now I'm about to give you an extra bonus on this as well. Not only do I want you to risk no more than 5% of your account per trade, but you should be risking the same amount every single trade. There is no, oh, I'm real confident in this trade, so I'm gonna risk more this time. Oh, but I'm not so confident in this trade, so I'm gonna risk less. No, you have to be consistent with everything. Okay, you have to be consistent with everything. And the reason why is we're going to go to that in the final tip. So make sure to stay to the end of the video to understand why you want to risk the same amount every single trade. Now we go into rule number 4, which is no revenge trading. Now, what does that mean with no revenge trading? Again, like we talked about with rule number 1, we do not control the market. So since we don't control the markets, we have to, again, understand how price works and understand that losses are a part of the game. You're not going to win every trade. Yes, we went crazy last month. Yes, we went crazy last quarter. Yes, we went crazy last year and last week, but losses still happen. Now, we hit TP1 on this trade, but we still took a loss technically because I didn't get wicked out in profit. I was trying to see if we could hit some more TPs. So losses happen. But the most important part about understanding losses happen is why you have to, again, control how much you risk. Because again, if you lose one trade out of 50, one trade out of 100, one trade out of 20, you still have 19, 49, or 99 more opportunities to make that money back. You get what I'm saying? But also, sometimes you weren't wrong to go for a buy or sell setup. Sometimes it was just simply lack of volume or you got caught in a reversal. And I can show you 2 examples right now of that being the case. So we see right here, we're looking at GPJPY. Now I did get booked out of this position, but it hit TP3 and then it hit stop loss. Was we wrong to go for buys here? No, because literally, as you can see, when markets opened up Tokyo session, price not only did the move we was looking for, but flew to the upside, right? And I can show you the signal right now. So you can see we're in advanced play signal room, and you can clearly see here March 26th, we took this GJ setup at 10:51 a.m. New York session, entries SLs. You see TP3 got hit, and then that's when TP3 got hit again, then SL got hit, right? Then you see again, this is the 27th, the next day, another GJ setup, and we can see here that literally this was the 26th, the 27th, and you can see price did indeed, in fact, push and fly to the upside all day the next day. So again, was we wrong to go for buys here? No, we wasn't wrong to go for buys. We simply just didn't have enough volume for price to finish and do that move. So again, doubling down, this is why it's important to understand how to read the charts and why you don't want to revenge trade. And you have to trust yourself and trust your analysis. Well, now we're going to the final tip or rule, which is go for 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 minimum risk reward ratio setups. Now I go over this in the how to never blow your account video, so make sure to check that out in the day trading tips playlist. But if you go for 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 minimum risk reward ratio setup, no matter what, you're always going to get a good return on your investment. You're always going to make 2 to 3 times whatever you're risking. So your wins will always cancel out your losses. Let me show you a perfect example. So let's say I have $1,000 account, and this is just using simple numbers. Let's say I risk $100 per trade. So let's say I take a loss. All it takes is a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio setup to cancel out that loss, right? So when you go for 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 minimum risk reward ratio setups, you can literally lose 2 trades, and all it takes is 1 trade to cancel out that, right? Now, if that was a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio setup, we would have, right, been up still for the week, even though we only won 1 trade and lost 2 trades. So that's why I'm saying win rates are important, but these rules are the most important thing, and this is going to help you with your psychology, because again, we understand how to read the charts. You know what you're risking, you're okay with what you're risking. You also know that the trades you're taking is going to give you a good return on your investment. Even if you do take a loss, none of this stress, anxiety, revenge trading is going to come into play, because you're going to be able to stay cool, calm, and collected and understand what you're doing here and what the ultimate goal is. You get what I'm saying? It's called the playbook for a reason, y'all. If y'all enjoy this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below any questions, comments, concerns you may have. Make sure to hit that first link in the description, join the free signal room, free Telegram. If you're interested in learning how to identify these levels, my signal room service, or my mentorship programs, make sure to hit those links in the description, y'all. But before you make a decision, let me tell you a little bit about those details. Advanced play signal room, we trade Tokyo session exclusively with the members. We trade London session and then New York. Just like the Sunday chart analysis I drop in the free signal room, I drop one every day during New York session called the New York Price Watch List. This is where I go over the trades we took during Tokyo session, London session, and possible setups going into New York. I don't just say we're looking for buys or looking for sells. I explain why we're looking for buys, why we're looking for sells, and then I take it a step further and go over key price points to look for entries and exits on. As you can see here, I call this signal. You see I'm walking y'all through what's going on with the trades we're in. I'm giving y'all updates to what I talked about in the New York Price Watch List. And then of course you see me showing y'all screenshots to visually show y'all what's going on behind the scenes, or what I see on my end behind the scenes. All right, we also have exclusive live streams that we go live during New York news events at least twice a week. And just like the London session lives, if you missed the live, they're recorded and posted in here so you can watch them when you get a chance. You have access to over 500 videos of daily chart analysis and weekly live streams. And in fact, you have access to even the ones last year in 2022. Then there's also the pinned messages like the account size key, the student and member group chat, and much more. Now I also have the course, of course. The course doesn't just teach you my trading strategy, it also teaches you how to read the charts, because that's what I teach y'all. You saw I had no indicators, no trend lines. It's simply just market flow and trading and entering and exiting off key price levels. Now all the stuff that I just went over, you get access to all that stuff in the course channel. So that way, not only do you have the step-by-step playbook of how to look and read any chart at all times, but you have ongoing chart analysis, ongoing education for life. Now I also have one-on-one sessions. One-on-one sessions also comes with access to the advanced play signal room and the student member group chat. That way you can earn while you learn, but then you also get 2 sessions a week that are recorded an hour long, but you also get 2 sessions a week that are recorded in an hour long and they're sent to you same day. Those are yours to keep for life. So if you're interested in that, hit those links in the description. If y'all want to contact me directly, y'all can DM me on Instagram at playmaker_way. Also make sure to follow me on there, and TikTok _playmakerway_. I post daily on both pages. And I'll see y'all next time I'm live or next time I post a video. Peace. We out.